Have you ever spawned into a jungle in your new survival world? Think, oh, I would love to live here, but it's really just tough to maneuver around in. Travel around in, build in, it's tough in this jungle environment. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to turn that tough jungle environment into a quick and awesome jungle survival base. A project easy to build in that jungle world that also looks sweet and fits the theme. How's everybody doing? This is Kyle here from KyleKraft. The jungle is my favorite Minecraft biome. Beautiful views, awesome green, and opportunities to build these awesome jungle themed builds. Unlike my other quick awesome survival bases, this base doesn't have a wall, but instead keeps us safe and gives us an awesome survival base by elevating up into the jungle trees and building a jungle themed platform, complete with a bedroom covered in vines, chests up the tall jungle tree, and our own jungle enchantment huts. Not to mention the awesome paths and details all throughout and the diamond mine down below. We'll get into a walkthrough of what I did with my jungle base and what you can do with yours in just a bit. But first, I want to get you started on building your own. There's a few steps to keep in mind. Step 1, straight away, we are going to have to clear some. Right once we spawn into our jungle world or walk up and find one, the first thing you want to do is look for 2 trees that are pretty close next to each other. For my situation on this actual seed, which I will include down in the description below, I found these 2 trees right here. For this specific base, we're going to build a platform that's held up by these 2 particular trees. Of course, there's plenty different ways to do a jungle base, but that's what I had in mind for this one. Once we find our 2 trees, we have to do some clearing. Now the good thing is, as we clear, we're going to take the wood and use it. You'll find a mix of oak and jungle wood in the jungle. Jungle wood will be used dominantly for our structure, and oak wood can be used for chests and different details. It's also nice to have 2 different types of wood to work with. We can create more depth with it. So you'll gather wood while clearing out the trees surrounding those 2 trees we picked out. Depending on how much wood you gather, you'll probably want to grab a tall jungle tree too. That way you have plenty of jungle wood to work with for our structure. Now once you have your area cleared out, and I should urge, you can leave all that ground cover, all the trees along the sides in to give it even more of a jungle feel, but clear the area that we're going to be, building our platform for. Once you have that nice space, you can jump in and get to work on the platform. Build it up, get some lights on it so you're nice and safe and can build up the rest of your survival base. Now I have the resources I believe I'll need in my inventory. I'm going to walk through and build this platform in survival to show you how I would do it and speed it up so you can do it nice and quick and so that we can get our platform set. So let's get to it. And yes, just like that, so simply we have our platform set in. Now obviously we can torch up the sides over here to get it all lit up and nice and safe. And then plug a couple up on top of stakes to give it some light in the middle as well. Now of course you gotta gather the resources, but it doesn't take that many. You will have seen the platform took me 3 stacks of 64, then you need some slabs for out there, and then about 64 fences around my platform right here, as well as the ladders coming up. But all in all, it did not take long at all to build. It took less than 10 minutes. And once you have that jungle platform set in, we can get to work on turning this into an awesome survival base. Now I'm gonna start at the bottom here, give you some unique views views and walk you through what I did with the rest of this base. It's really sweet. Straight away, you can see the platforms. They look so incredible. Look at the sun up above. Looks so sweet in this jungle environment, and that's what we were going for. You can see some of the grass underneath. Those are key details. The enchantment hut extension that I put up, that's a really cool detail. I recommend adding it, and you'll see the table, how it looks up above. But walking in, the idea, I went for ladders instead of vines, so you could use vines. We walk into this little hut looking area. Looks really cool. First off, down below, we have straight down to our diamond mine. So dual purpose with the ladder here. One runs straight down into the mine, the other goes up into our base. Traveling up, you can see it's a cool environment. Trapdoors here keep the mobs out and keep it more secure as you walk around so you're not falling down. But you get straight up onto this jungle platform vibe. I'll recommend putting the stair and bush details all throughout. They're simple, easy, but good looking additions to, detail up the base in a jungle way. Vines too throughout, and you can see this scene right here is pretty cool. But now we have our diamond mine down below. We need the necessities, and obviously we have our bed right here. Now the coolest part about this bed is sheltered away underneath this tree to give it some nice protection, but it's got the vines wrapping next to it, and that's a really cool detail. And it's also got the leaves up above, so it's cool to see when you're laying in bed and just picture sitting in this bed looking out the vines, the water. It's pretty sweet. So I would recommend detailing it like that. I like how that turned out right there. We have simple areas for our furnaces and crafting table. It's almost like a kitchen in the middle right here, even though it's not necessarily a kitchen, you know what I'm saying? But then we have our enchantment hut that we just extended up above, as I showed you down below. Looks really cool. You can get level 30. Let's see if I got a sword. Level 30 right there with our enchantments nice and gathered in to one little jungle hut looking area surrounded by the bookcases to give us the enchantments. It's a cool little scene. And then of course, finally, our last starting survival need is our chest, and this is a cool detail. It wraps up the tree. We got plenty of chest space, doubles down below, and then you can also go up above by walking over. Oop, I kind of blocked this out. I guess I shouldn't have that there, but walking over, climbing up the vines this time, and traveling around to get to these different chests on the platforms. You can then just jump off, and it's nice and easy to use, or you can even jump up to grab those chests. It's very simple in that way, but it looks incredibly cool and ties into the jungle theme, which was the #1 goal in this build. All in all, this one is really easy to build. That's the key. Clear the area, you get the platform in, and then you put your survival needs. You gather up the resources as you clear. The platform does not take long at all, and then you can spend time on putting in some of your survival decorations and needs. You're safe, extended up above the mobs, but also entrenched in this jungle environment, which is the coolest aspect of this build. Final details I want to point out and not ramble too much on about. You can have these bushes hanging off the side. Those look really nice. Make sure to do the fence on the edge of the wood. It gives it an awesome texture and detail. And there's not much else to it. Make sure you extend it high enough. So look, this was actually my first attempt. I often take multiple attempts to get these projects right. Although sometimes I show you the different attempts and you end up liking this one better. But trust me, the other one's better. The reason I scratched this one is because I built it lower to the ground. Now, one of the best parts about this base, the final design, you will have noticed we put it right about right here. As you saw in the time lapse, about 9 to 12 blocks above the ground. That way, if we fall or jump off, we're nice and safe. Now with this initial design, I was only 2, 3, 4 blocks up above, and because of that I had trouble with mobs, so that's why I scratched this one right here. But you could always think about, making it more mob proof or protecting yourself with lighting up the area if that's something you wanted to do. And look, I'll give you a quick fly through. You can kind of see similar details and ideas. I'll give you, just in case you want some more ideas. And this one, because we were low to the ground, I did a little jungle cavern for the cave. Or for the diamond mine right here, as well as the storage. Kind of cool. Still have those vines on the bed. I love that detail. But yeah, the final design is better, and it's more safe if you're elevated above the ground. So just wanted to point out that flaw. Well, I guess not as much a flaw as much as a tip. Look, by the way, how much better is this one? So much better. You'll see I ascended only one direction up instead of curving down, by the way. All right, I won't ramble about that too much. But other things I mentioned last second, watch out for mobs that spawn up on the trees. If you do have problems with that, especially with sniper skeletons, light up those top of the trees. Put some slabs, whatever you want to do there. But all in all, you shouldn't have too much trouble. This is a fun base to live in and an awesome project to take on. If you do get a chance to build this project, let me know somehow. Shoot me a picture of your base on Twitter. I always love to see them. And other than that, hopefully you got some inspiration ideas or a cool base to build. Comment down below. Let me know if you like this project, this theme. We went jungle. There's plenty more themes coming in this quick, awesome starting survival base series. And of course, if you're new, make sure to subscribe. Again, more to come. But that's it for this one. Thanks for coming.